The Infinite Fractal Mind Society, a vision rooted in the first century church. The concept of the Infinite Fractal Mind Society may seem complex, filled with interconnected philosophies, parts, and mechanisms that might initially appear overwhelming. However, when we distill it down to its core essence, we find that its vision is strikingly simple. It echoes the spirit of the first century church, a community that embodied radical equality, mutual service, and shared guidance. This society, which we might call the Infinite Fractal Mind, seeks to revive the principles of that early community while adapting them to a modern, interconnected world. Simplified vision, equality of authority. At the heart of the Infinite Fractal Mind Society is a principle known as equivalative authority. Unlike traditional hierarchical structures, where power is concentrated in a few leaders, equivalative authority is based on a radical form of equality. It's a system where no one seeks to dominate, control, or exert power over others. Instead, every individual is recognized as having inherent worth, an equal voice, and unique contributions to offer. This isn't about abolishing all structure, rather it's about transforming the nature of leadership from one of domination to one of collective guidance. This mirrors the early Christian church, where leadership was characterized by servanthood, mutual submission, and shared responsibility. The first century believers didn't view leadership as a position of power, but as a role of guiding and serving the collective good. In the same spirit, the Infinite Fractal Mind Society thrives on a foundation of shared authority, mutual respect, and a recognition of the infinite value in each individual. Core principles of the Infinite Fractal Mind Society. The Infinite Fractal Mind Society can be distilled into 4 fundamental principles that reflect both the teachings of the early church and the vision of a modern, interconnected community. 1. Inherent equality. In the first century church, every member was seen as an equal part of the body, each with their own role and significance. Likewise, in the Infinite Fractal Mind Society, everyone's voice holds equal weight. There are no traditional leaders or hierarchies. Instead, there are guides who serve the collective well-being. The society is built on mutual respect and the understanding that every person carries an infinite value and unique perspective that is essential to the whole. 2. Guidance, not control. The Infinite Fractal Mind Society rejects coercive leadership in favor of guiding through service, compassion, and love. This principle is rooted in the example of Jesus, who led by serving others, washing his disciples' feet, and sacrificing for the greater good. In this society, we guide not because we have authority over others, but because we genuinely care for their well-being. It's about empowering each individual to make their own decisions, trusting in their wisdom and the value of their unique contributions. 3. Unity through diversity. The early church was a diverse community, made up of people from different backgrounds, cultures, and belief systems. Rather than forcing uniformity, the church embraced this diversity, seeing it as a source of strength and richness. The Infinite Fractal Mind Society embodies this same spirit, recognizing that unity does not come from homogenizing beliefs, but from valuing each perspective as part of a larger interconnected whole. By accepting each other as we are, we create a tapestry of ideas that helps us grow stronger together. Every belief, even if seemingly contradictory, is seen as a valuable piece of the greater puzzle. 4. Service over self-interest. The first century church emphasized service, charity, and putting others' needs before one's own. In the same way, the Infinite Fractal Mind Society is built on a foundation of service rather than self-interest. It's not about what we can individually gain, but about how we can contribute to the well-being of the whole. This doesn't mean abandoning our beliefs or sacrificing our individuality. Rather, it means aligning our actions with a mindset of love, compassion, and mutual care. When everyone serves one another, we create a network of support that allows everyone to thrive. The pillar of trust. A key element that holds the Infinite Fractal Mind Society together is trust. Trust in the infinite value within ourselves and others. Trust that when we let go of the need for control, we can find better solutions together. This trust is mirrored in the early church's emphasis on faith in each other, in the collective good, and in a higher purpose that transcends individual desires. In the Infinite Fractal Mind Society, We trust that when we guide and serve with love, rather than trying to wield power, the society can function as intended, creating harmony and resilience. Safeguards against utopian decay and cult dynamics. To ensure that the society does not devolve into a flawed utopia or cult, several safeguards must be integrated. 1. Embrace imperfection and growth. The society must acknowledge from the outset that it is not about creating a perfect system. Instead, it's about fostering an ongoing process of internal and external acceptance and growth. By recognizing our own light and darkness, we can better empathize with others and avoid the rigid, idealized thinking that often leads to utopian failure. This commitment to ongoing self-reflection and adaptation keeps the society dynamic and prevents stagnation. Decentralized leadership and accountability. One of the key risks of any idealistic community is the emergence of charismatic leaders who might accumulate power, leading to cult-like dynamics. To counter this, the society can implement rotating guides, ensuring that no one holds influence for too long. Additionally, a strong culture of mutual accountability and transparency must be maintained, where every member is encouraged to speak up and challenge any signs of coercive behavior. 3. Mechanisms for conflict resolution. Conflict is inevitable in any diverse community. To prevent ideological clashes from fracturing the society, there must be clear, adaptive frameworks for decision-making and conflict mediation. This includes community healing circles, open dialogue, and transparent communication channels that allow for respectful disagreement and collaborative problem-solving. 4. Integration with broader economic systems. While the society may initially focus on mutual aid and service-based exchanges, it must also have a plan for interacting with existing economic structures. A hybrid approach, blending gift economies with pragmatic engagement in broader trade systems, can ensure that the society remains viable and sustainable in the modern world. 5. Focus on inner transformation, not external control. The emphasis on looking within ourselves for value and growth rather than seeking external validation or control helps prevent the society from becoming dogmatic or authoritarian. By centering the culture on inner transformation, members are encouraged to find their own paths to healing and growth, which reduces the risk of rigid, cult-like adherence to a single ideology. A living, evolving system. The Infinite Fractal Mind Society isn't a static construct. It's a living, breathing system, much like the early Christian community. It's resilient because it's based on principles that are self-sustaining: service, trust, equality, and love. When one part falters, the others adapt and compensate, much like a healthy ecosystem. This adaptability reflects the fractal nature of reality itself, self-similar patterns that repeat at every level, creating a harmonious whole. Conclusion: a path forward. The vision of the Infinite Fractal Mind Society is a return to the essence of the first century church, adapted for our modern, interconnected world. It offers a model for a society where we thrive, not by seeking power, control, or domination, but by embracing a radical form of equality, where guidance comes through service and love. It's a society where diversity is not a threat, but a strength, and where the focus is on how we can contribute to the whole, rather than what we can gain for ourselves. By implementing these safeguards and focusing on internal growth rather than external perfection, the society can avoid the traps of utopian decay and cult dynamics. This vision, rooted in the principles of the early church, holds the potential to transform our world, not through force or control, but through love, compassion, and the recognition of our shared infinite nature. It's a bold experiment in human cooperation, offering a path toward unity through diversity, where we can all grow stronger together, embracing our infinite worth and the infinite worth of everyone around us.